Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of Boost Your Mood, Boost Your Confidence. So, it's a bit of a sad day today. I say sad, it's not sad. It's just my neighbours are moving. So, there's Stacey and Damien and their 3 children. And the little one's called Ruru. It's called Ruin, but we call him Ruru. Tiny tots, lovely. When I first met him, he wouldn't hug me, wouldn't come near me. And then I played with him in a puddle. So I danced in the puddle and he thought that was funny. So he danced in the puddle with me. And since then, every time he sees me, he just runs up and gives me a big hug. And in lockdown, that's been really difficult for him because he's had to ask, have I got any bugs? Can he hug me? And he's had to try and understand whether we're in the bubble. So, so today they're leaving. And it is a little sad because we live in a lovely little close, and at the start of lockdown, we all came together and checked that the older members of the close were going to be okay and that we'd go out shopping for them if they needed. And then come Easter, I delivered everybody a little Cadbury's cream egg. And then when we came out of the first lockdown, we had a big party in the car park and all sat in little heart-shaped bubbles and had a barbecue. And we called Steve Toasty Bollocks because it got really cold and he stood behind the barbecue. So yeah, it's one of those moments where you're losing like part of your community, your family. But I'm going to go out and say goodbye to them in a second after I've finished with the live. So, what are we talking about today? Well, it's day 2, so therefore it's tip 2. And tip 3 will come to your email if you've registered for emails. And if you haven't, remember you can send me a DM. You can slide into my DMs. And you can send me a message and I will register you and then you'll receive the other tips. And they are worth receiving because today we not only do you have your tip 1 reiterated, you've got your tip 2, which is about positive self-talk. And there's also a quiz and reflection, which is really about that self-talk and it scores you. So, and then there's a little bit of self-reflection. So as the days go on, the worksheets do get a little bit more in depth. So, let's just move that. That was a little notification that came through. So, let's, without further ado, start your day 2. So let your body language show confidence. So let's try that. So I'm just going to slump a little bit. So when we're a bit more slumped, we don't feel as confident. But if we sit up straighter and, push ourselves up, then we do feel more confident. So it goes with like, I could do these in my pajamas. But yesterday we talked about dress smarter. Or dress, it wasn't dress smarter, but it was dress to your style. That was in the email. And we talked about shape. Today we're talking about your body language. So stand up straight, sit up straight. If you stand with purpose, not only does that help you, but it holds things in. I've got this thing about holding your belly in. I said to Ken last night, I feel as though my belly, sometimes when I'm asleep, I love my bum, but sometimes when I'm asleep, I'm sure somebody cut and pastes or cut and copies my arse to my belly. Strange. So yes, stand up straight. Feel confident as you stand. It makes you feel more powerful, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe power's not the right word, but just makes you feel better. So then this is an odd one. How can you stand up straight and be relaxed and open? So maybe that's when you talk to people. Be relaxed and be open, none of this. As soon as you do that, you start hunching your shoulders as soon as you start folding your arms. So be a little bit more open. If you do need to do what I do, I don't know if you've noticed, I talk with my hands. So, you might want to, you might feel comfortable with moving your hands around, but be open with your hands and be relaxed as you're talking to people. Walk with purpose. Now, when I first wrote this one, I wrote walk quickly, and I thought, no, that's not really how is that being confident with your body language? But walking with purpose is. So have you noticed, and I don't mean when we've got our phones in our hands, because we're all like this, aren't we? But a lot of people do walk with their heads down. They don't look at what's around them. So walk with purpose and hold your head up. You know, have a look at what's around you and be proud of who you are. So walk as though you mean it. Yeah, and with your head held up high, proud of who you are and what you have. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, it matters what you think. So this goes back to what I've always said. You never compare yourself to anybody else. You only compare yourself to you. So walk with purpose and with your head held up high, okay? And make eye contact. So that's become quite unique in itself with all of these Zoom meetings we're doing. When we do face-to-face meetings, when you're meeting anybody face-to-face, it's so much easier to do eye contact. When you're in perhaps you're on an online meeting, or you're talking to your family on a portal or on Facebook, it's really hard because your camera is at the top of the screen. So ideally you should always be looking wherever that little dot is on your phone. And so you find that when you're actually doing a live, or you're talking on a Zoom, or like I said, on a portal or a Facebook, you actually look at yourself on the screen because that's what you want to see. So it is quite hard to maintain eye contact during these times, and yet it's so important. It helps your confidence, and it helps the other person that you're talking to feel confident in you. Now, if you find it difficult to actually hold eye contact with somebody, then there is that old trick that you look at the bridge of their nose. You need to be careful that you don't end up going boss-eyed when you do that. So you can look around them, but be careful that you don't start darting your eyes back and forth. And you'll notice that on occasion that I move my eyes because I'm looking at my screen. And then there is an NLP technique that it says, you know, whichever way you move your eyes it tells something. If you move your eyes to the left or to the right, it says whether you're thinking about something or remembering something. But maintaining eye contact is as important as anything else that you do. And I love this one, because you know I do this a lot. Smile, and the world will smile with you. So when we say the world, how many billion people is there? There used to be 7.6 billion, but I think that's grown. So that obviously this is just a saying, smile and the world smiles with you. But if you smile, people around you will smile. It always reminds me of the Jasper Carrot sketch, you know, like when he got on the bus and he sat on one seat and then the person came and sat on the seat next to him, and they were a bizarre person and they were just talking about something so unusual. So, you know, you will attract people if you smile. And you do. You can attract all sorts of people when you smile. So be prepared for that. But actually, that's really quite nice. If you smile at people, they will smile back at you. And again, I've talked about this. It releases endorphins. It releases serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine. It makes you feel better. So yeah, try smiling and see how many people smile back at you. Something I need to try when I go to Tesco. So it's hard, isn't it? Because we've got our masks on, but your eyes smile. So, you know, I'm not smiling. Did you hear that? Hold on. It's so hard, isn't it? I'm not going to smile. No. There's a difference. I'm smiling. And your eyes do smile. So even behind your mask, you can smile, and people will be able to recognise that you are smiling. And bearing in mind, we don't wear our masks on the street in the UK, so you can smile on the street. Okay, so those are your tips for today. Use them and abuse them, and see if you can just try and boost your mood a little bit with some of those tips. Like I said, the others will be coming out on the email this afternoon. Hopefully you got the email yesterday. like I said, if you didn't, then let me know and I will send you, add you to the email list and send you the tips. And at the end of the week, there's a booklet as well. So all of those tips that are coming out to you each day on one worksheet will come out in a whole booklet, and that's free. That's my gift to you. So everybody's doing these Black Friday events, and I'm just doing, I'm not offering it at a reduced price or anything like that. It's free. So there you go. So that should boost your mood too. A little bit of a saving for you. I hope whatever you're doing today, you have a lovely day. You take care of yourselves and you smile, walk with purpose, hold your head up, and be great, because you are. Take care of yourselves, and I will speak to you again on Monday, because remember, tomorrow, mantra for Sundays is, it's okay to rest. Take care. Bye.